Okay, this is my ant solution. I get about a teaspoon of borax. I take a few tablespoons of water. I stick them in the microwave. I heat the water up hot. The first thing you do, you put in the teaspoon of borax. You stir that really good. Second thing, I put a teaspoon of honey, about a teaspoon of syrup, just cheap fake syrup, and a teaspoon of sugar. You put it all in after you get the borax stirred in, and you stir those in. The water's good and hot. Then you pour it out. There's the cap. I guess I find it harder to get in the cap. I did this about, I don't want to say an hour ago. I put a little bit there. You can see that ant getting it. And then I put some here, and it's soaked into this cloth, which was interesting. So you can see I'm just completely eating that, and that's been about an hour. So I'm gonna come back in a day and keep putting the, see 24 hours. We're living in that cactus, that succulent plant. So I'm gonna just see how this all works. I have a feeling I'm gonna go from, it looks like over 50 ants there to either all dead or 0 ants tomorrow. But we'll check in about maybe 24 or 30 hours. Okay, just under 3 days, closer to 2 days, the ants are still here and they're active. So I might add a little more borax to the solution to see if they eat it. So this is the current solution, and I might just make a quarter of a teaspoon of borax in there and see if they will continue to eat, because I might have made it not strong enough, or maybe it's just a process. Oh, that looks like a dead one there. Or maybe it's just gonna take up, yeah, there's another couple dead ones. When you look close, it's hard to tell because of the granite. Dead one. Man, they look giant under there. Dead one. So, there's a dead one. So maybe I made the solution perfect, because they are, just continually to eat it. These are tiny ants. I'm zooming in on them. Not tiny, but normal size. Anyway, so we'll see. Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice. Look at all those. I think I could kill them all just by squirting them now, but I might give it one more day to see if they're all dead. Wow, they really do love that sugar, honey, syrup mix. I mean, look at them all. I got them all out of the little nest, but it looks like the bulk of them are living. And again, this poison is a very slow process. I mean, there are hundreds, if not 1,000 ants on this little piece of counter. They're camouflaged in, and that's just where that syrup was spilled. So if they're not dead in a couple days, I made my solution too weak, which means I'll have to either add a little borax in here, just a tiny bit, because it's a fine line between they won't eat it and they will eat it, and they're definitely eating it. But I might not have enough borax I might have too little borax in there. Okay, it's been 3 days now. As you can see, that's where they're living, in that pot there, and they're coming down to the counter here to feed. But on the trail, there's some dead bodies, and it looks like some of these guys, they might be alive. So there's a lot fewer here today. Maybe, I don't know if they're just fed or they're dying off on the 3rd day. And there's some lively ones. So give it another day, and there's definitely fewer. We'll see what happens. So I think the key is it's this longer time, but it's sweet enough that they eat it, but it just takes them longer to die. Okay, I see one carrying a little pupa or baby, and makes me fear that they're trying to find a new nest, that they sort of know that they're dying and the nest is bad, and they might be trying to get in this little crack in the drywall. But the guy that's carrying the little baby, it don't look too good. Okay, it's later on day 5. I put down the new solution, which is a little bit stronger, a little bit more borax, and the ants are eating it. Again, it's maybe a tenth as many ants that used to be here. It's sort of grim. It's like alcoholics going to alcohol, or drug addicts, or, you know, they just eating themselves to death here. And the key with this, I believe, is patience, because what they're going to do is they're going to take this poison back into their home, which is in this case this crack in the wall, and it used to be there, and then they're going to destroy that area. So if a new colony were to ever go into this home, they're going to eat the poison that these guys stored on their death walk. But there they go. They're eating the stronger. I have a feeling there won't be too many left in the next day or two. I think it will be all dead. Okay, I didn't really allow it to cool down so much. I don't really want to burn the ants, but I'm going to add that a little bit more solution here on the countertop, just a touch, and a little bit too much, and see what happens. So I know there has to be people out there wondering, oh my gosh, that you're putting this poison on your counter. Well, again, it's a borax meal soup, and right on the back, kitchen, sprinkle borax onto a damp sponge or a cloth and wipe on counters and appliances. Enhances cleaning power of dishwashing detergents. Helps remove grease, grime, makes dishes sparkle clean. So I assume if it's on the box, it's not going to be poisoning these dishes that I have here, or any sort of food items. Yeah, well, we'll see. I got a little bit stronger solution now. And again, it's day 5. Okay, this is day 5, and there's still ants here, about a third or maybe a fourth as many. So the population is definitely dwindled. I don't see a lot of activity going back to where they used to live. I'm not even sure they still live there. They might have relocated due to all the deaths. You can see back in there, there's some more dead ants. There's a couple dead ants. So there's random dead ants. So the solution's working. There's some dead ants. It's just working fairly slowly, which is, I don't think, a bad thing. It's a 5-day thing so far, and we probably have, again, a quarter or even less, more than a quarter, maybe a sixth as many ants as we used to have here, and they're still in the area where I put the solution. Anyway, we'll wait till day 6 and see if we have any ants at all. Okay, as you can see here, that ant just entered the crack in the drywall. They never used to live there, so they did relocate. The poison got them out of that old nest over there, which is that flower pot. And the remainers look like they're trying to live inside the wall here. So I might put down a little bit more poison just to ensure that they are going to all die. Again, it's day 5. Okay, it's day 5, and the ants have moved out of the primary nest and out towards my wall. So what I'm going to do, as you can see, I have a tiny bit more of that Mule Team borax. I'm going to I heated up my solution. I'm going to add it, which will hopefully still be sweet enough that they drink it, because now there's going to be a little bit more poison in it. I'm going to let it cool. I'm just going to pour it back onto the counter and see if they eat it. It's the end of the 5th day, and they've ringed around the new poison I think 6 or 7 days and they'll all be gone. Okay, so it's day 6 and there are just some more dead ants strewed around, and we're down from several hundred to about, I don't know, what's that, about 6 or 7 ants there. So I think it's about a 6-day process before they eat all the poison, and it slowly kills them. Yeah, I think they're about gone. That's it. The borax works in about 6 days. There's one there.